Hey friends, welcome back to my new vlog, and this time we talk about surf skating. When you're landlocked and you cannot surf, what else can you do that is close to surfing? So welcome back to my vlog. During the Corona crisis, many people weren't able to travel, and most of you, I think, don't live close to the beach where you can surf. And yeah, that made me think about what else can you do when you want to surf or get a kind of feeling which is pretty close to surfing. And for me, I do longboarding for years right now, like 10-15 years. I go for longboard tours and skate through the city with my longboard, and it's all pretty cool and it's pretty nice, but it's longboarding, it's skateboarding, and you cannot compare it, but it's longboarding is kind of skateboarding and it's not pretty close to surf. But what is coming more and more at the moment are pump tracks. Pump tracks are kind of round courses or tracks where you can drive or ride by your bike, by your skateboard, scooter, whatever, in a bumpy, hilly, small course. To generate speed, you can just use the bumps. And yeah, I want to tell you today why you should buy a Surfskate and not a longboard, and why it's better on a pump track than a longboard. And there we are, directly in the middle of this topic. Longboarding. Longboarding on a pump track. A pump track you can see here. It's kind of a round course. It's bumpy, and you can generate speed by cruising over those bumps and generate speed in the curves. And with a longboard, it's not that easy. It's possible, but the tracks of a longboard and of a Surfskate, on first sight, they look pretty close. But there's a huge difference in the tracks, in the front track, for example. Here you can see a longboard, and here you can see a Surfskate. And the differences between those both boards are the tracks in the front. The front track of a longboard is a bendable, but not that much. And the front track of a Surfskate is totally different. It's a different concept, and they made it more bendable. It went a lot more into curves, like you can see here. And this is the thing where you can make closer moves, closer turns, which is pretty close to surfing with a Surfskate. Because of that, it's called Surfskate. That's the difference between those both. Like you can see here, you can ride a longboard in a pump track as well, but it's a lot better, especially in the curves, with a Surfskate, because you can use the whole curve. You can ride it up, you can ride it down in the curve. It's close to surfing. So for example, here you can see like the bumps in that pump track, and there are different kind of pump tracks. Like a small pump track, you can see here, it's just more round course and you can generate a lot of speed. But then there are more kind of different lines you can ride in a bigger pump track. The bumps are bigger or smaller sometimes, so you have to adapt every time to the new pump track, and every pump track is different. That's the good thing about it. There are some pump tracks which look pretty good, but they don't, you can't ride them so good. Then there are pump tracks which look pretty boring, but then you have so much fun in it. And so it's pretty amazing. The last surf trips I did, I always have my Surfskate with me, and always when there was no wave or just in the evening hours, I was searching for pump tracks in my area in this moment, and there were pump tracks everywhere, and I had a few pretty amazing rides in those pump tracks. At the moment, I enjoy it almost as much as surfing. Surfing is different. It's more nature, it's water, it's a totally different atmosphere, but the pump track and Surfskate can give you kind of that feeling. And this is why I want to recommend you to use a Surfskate and search for the next pump track in your area. Pump tracks are pretty cool areas to get a feeling kind of surfing, and it costs a lot of energy to ride a pump track in the right way. You can ride it pretty fast, you can ride it slow. Slow is you can use more the whole track and use the curves, ride them up and down, or you can get a lot of speed and just cruise through it with a high speed and make fast rounds. It's yeah, it's pretty exhausting if you do it a few rounds. Then you need a short pause to to get away your sweat and to breathe again, really. For me, sometimes it's pretty hard. After 10 or 15 rounds, I need a break. I have to sit for 10 minutes and just get back to breathe. But it's super fun, it's super nice. There are a lot of pump tracks everywhere. When you go to Google Maps and search for Pumptrack, in most of the European countries there are any pump tracks around you. It's getting more and more, like in the Netherlands there are a lot of pump tracks. Netherlands has the biggest pump track in Europe with a lot of different lines that you can ride. France has a lot of pump tracks as well, almost in every bigger city and as well in the small cities. It's more common to have a pump track right now than skate parks in some areas, and that's pretty cool because skate park is only usable by skateboarders, inline skaters and scooter riders, and the pump tracks are for bikers as well. So the governments are looking that they can build up a lot of pump tracks, I think. And we are planning a pump track in my city as well at the moment. So I talked with my city what would be good for a pump track, which kind of pump tracks are nice, and I gave them some examples from other countries, and now we are building up the latest pump track. Next year it will be open so everyone can use it. And I really can recommend you just check out the pump tracks in your area and look how cool it is, because it's a lot of fun. It's kind of surfing when you're landlocked, when you don't have the time to travel or you don't have the money to travel or what else. Just get a Surfskate, which is pretty cool. It's even pretty cool when you just use it on the regular street, because you can kind of imitate some kind of surf moves, and you will improve your surf moves definitely on a Surfskate, much better than on a longboard. So Surfskate is the thing to have at the moment. There are different companies which produce Surfskates. For me, like you can see here, it's a Carver board. Carver is for me the non-plus-ultra, and I tried a few ones, but this one for me has the best feeling, and it's the best on a pump track, and you can have long distance rides with it, and it's pretty cool. So have a look in your area. At first, if you only have a longboard or a skateboard, use it, go to the pump track, do some pump sessions, and then decide maybe to get a Surfskate, and you will have a lot of fun. You will get pretty fit and it will exhaust you a lot, but really it's just amazing. So friends, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. In the future there's coming more and more about traveling, about surfing, and if you like this topic, leave me a comment if you want to hear more about pump tracks and where are pretty good pump tracks. So we see us the next time, and I hope you enjoyed everything. See you.